Hello, Granny. Did you get her into a dress?
I did. Got her hair up in braids, too.
I kind of favor Ellie Mae's hair hanging down nice and loose and pretty.
Oh, but Ched, she's commencing to school. And a schoolgirl should wear her hair in braids.
How come?
That's so the boy that sits behind her can stick her pigtails in the inkwell. That's how they get acquainted.
Might work all right back in the hills, but here in the city, things is a mite different.
Boys is boys and girls is girls, city or country. I'll bet you Ellie Mae has a boy toting her books home tonight.
I'm afraid not, Granny. You see, in the school where Ellie's going, there ain't no boys there.
What kind of a fool school is that?
I want Miss Drysdale to hear it was her idea.
I might have known it. That woman is a troublemaker. She never did cotton to us living here, and she's up to something now. I'm gonna learn her to mind her own business.
Now, hold on there, hold on, back up. So Miss Drysdale done Ellie Mae a favor to get her into that school. That's what you call a girls' finishing school.
Without any boys, I don't know how they even get started.
Well, here I am, Paul.
Ellie Mae, you are prettier than sunup.
And you want to waste her on a school full of girls.
Come on in and see yourself in the looking glass.
Paul, do I have to wear a dress?
Ellie Mae, that's the dress that your Aunt Pearl made for you.
Hey, this is all hand-worked, Ellie. Pearl spent 4 weeks on this.
And 50 cents in cash. Ellie Mae, you just be thankful. Why, there won't be a girl in that exclusive finishing school with a dress like this.
Like the lunch I fixed for you. I even throwed in a surprise for the teacher. A nice, big, fat, baked old possum.
Swimming in gopher gravy. I tell you, Ellie Mae, you're gonna cut a wide path through that school.
Paul, why can't I wear my regular clothes to school?
Because this is Beverly Hills and girls is just... Jed Clampett speaking. Oh, howdy there, Miss Drysdale. Well, yeah, she's just about ready to go now, but she's wanting to wear her old pants and shirt, and I told her that... It is? Well, that sure is going to pleasure Ellie. Well, thank you, Miss Drysdale. Bye. Miss Drysdale said it'd be just fine for you to wear your old pants and shirt to that exclusive finishing school.
Oh, wait a minute, Chief. Your wife is here. Yes, I know you want to... Hello? Hello, hello?
Hello to you. Any news from Milburn?
Oh, yes, he'll be in Friday.
Oh, good. I rather imagine the Clampetts will have moved away by then.
Moved away. What have you done, Mrs. Drysdale?
Only what you and Milburn have been urging me to do. Be helpful. I recommended a school to Mr. Clampett for his daughter, Ellie Mae.
Oh, well, that was very nice. What school?
One befitting the daughter of a Beverly Hills multi-millionaire. Our most exclusive private finishing school.
Not the Willows.
Where else? You and Milburn keep reminding me that under her blue jeans and faded shirt, Ellie Mae is as good as anyone.
She is. But those girls at the Willows are insufferable snobs. They'll cut her to ribbons.
Well, don't blame me if she finds herself beyond her social and intellectual depth. I've been saying from the first that the Clampetts didn't belong. I tried to spare them this humiliation.
You are all heart. They must be on their way to the Willows.
After the reception they get there, I rather imagine they'll be on their way to the hills or the caves or wherever it is they came from.
Mrs. Drysdale, this may cost me my position here, but there is something I must say. You are a fink.
I still do not approve of your attending school in such casual attire. None of the other girls are wearing slacks and sweatshirts.
Oh, Mama, relax. The other girls look to me to set the pace. Tomorrow, everyone will be wearing mink sweatshirts. And then, of course, I shall switch to chinchilla.
Do you want Mother to go in and help you enroll, dear?
Oh, no, darling. I'm taking the same subjects as last year. Golf, fencing, tennis, riding, history, and water skiing.
Do try to stick with it this time, Cynthia. You're becoming a finishing school dropout.
Doodle-oo.
That up for you, Sin.
My couturier, but of course the idea was mine.
Oh, pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Je cherche mademoiselle Clampetts.
Oh, well, I'm afraid my French is a little rusty.
I am from Couture, the famous Parisian fashion magazine.
Well, this is my own concept.
Well, we cannot all be creative, n'est-ce pas? Oh, but getting back to Mademoiselle Clampetts, we understand she is enrolling here today, and naturellement, she will set a new style plan just as she always does.
Clampetts?
Oh, yes, they has just moved here from their mountain chateau. They're ghastly rich, swimming in oil. Complete non-conformists, fiercely original. They sometimes weave their own cloth.
Oh, well, that is original.
I think she is arriving.
In that old trunk?
That must be part of the overall motif. She spares no expense to create total effect.
Well, there you are, Ellie. Want us to go in with you to see you get a good desk?
I'll be all right, Pop. I see Miss Jane up yonder by the porch.
I bet you Miss Drysdale sent her over to see Ellie feels at home.
She's just wearing blue jeans and a shirt and a rope for a belt.
How basic, how understated, how zen.
She looks like a hillbilly.
Voila! You have given this new vogue a name. It will sweep Paris like wildfire. I'll get my sketch pad.
Here's your possum, Ellie. And remember, when you give it to the teacher, don't slop no hot gopher gravy on her.
I won't, Granny.
Bye-bye, Ellie.
Bye, Ellie. Bye, Ellie.
Bye.
Learn your cipher, Ellie, and be a good girl.
Bye. Cynthia, she's carrying a bucket.
Yes. It's the ultimate simplicity in purses. Next week, Jackie Kennedy will have one.
Here she comes now. I do hope she will remember me. It would be such a thrill.
Well, hi there, Miss Jane. Sure is good to see you here.
She remembers me. Mademoiselle Clampetts. C'est si ravissant. C'est un si grand honneur.
Gosh, Muddy, I can't figure a word you're saying.
But I call total effect. She has even mastered the accent. S'il vous plaît? Vous êtes formidable.
Howdy there, Miss Jane. Ellie Mae, you didn't spend no time at all at school.
Well, I know, Pa. I met just one girl, and then Miss Jane said we'd ought to leave.
Well, I thought it best.
Ellie Mae, you didn't give the teacher her possum.
Well, Miss Jane wouldn't let me.
What?
Oh, well, you see, Granny, there are a dozen teachers, and I was afraid they'd fight over it.
Well, she's right. One possum wouldn't hardly feed no more than 2 people.
That's right. I'll get busy, and tomorrow I'll bake you 6 possums.
Miss Jane said I hadn't ought to go back tomorrow.
Why not?
Well,
You mean Ellie Mae ain't good enough for them other girls?
Oh, it's not that.
Let's hear the truth now.
Well, if you want the truth, they are not good enough for her.
Ellie Mae, don't you listen to that kind of talk. Miss Jane, we don't hold with some folks thinking they's better than others.
Mr. Clampett, not everyone feels that way.
Anyone can get a spiteful spell now and then.
Yeah, now you take Miss Drysdale. For a time there, she was treating us like we was polecats at a picnic. Yesterday, she turned real nice, and she told me about that school for Ellie to go to.
See, this is going to take time, and I must get back to the office now. Don't let Ellie Mae have anything more to do with those girls at the Willows.
I declare, I never thought Miss Jane would put on airs.
Me neither. Ellie Mae, I hope them girls over to the school didn't get the feeling that you held yourself above them.
I hope not, too, Pa.
Why don't you invite the whole kit and caboodle of them over here for a possum supper?
Granny, I just met one girl, Cynthia Fenwick.
Well, invite Cynthia and her whole family.
I'll do it, Paul.
Oh, Cynthia, darling.
Hi, Mommy, darling. Homework tonight, forehand volley.
Cynthia, the most ghastly person has been phoning for you today.
Mommy, I don't even know any ghastly person.
Precisely what I said. I said, see here, Miss Clampett, you ghastly person.
Clampett? Ellie Mae Clampett has been calling me?
Yes. And she had the cheek to invite us to her home. I suspect the kidnap plot. She has the strangest accent.
Mommy, the Clampetts are the avant-garde social leaders of the season.
Are you serious?
Dreadfully serious.
You mean we should accept?
Don't just accept. Call them immediately and beg to be invited.
Beasley, where's the nearest phone? Front seat or back?
Front seat.
I tell you, Granny, I never talked to nobody so pitiful anxious to come for victuals as them Fenwicks.
He must have fell on hard times, Jed.
Must be. You know, it turns out she's a widow woman. Oh, Ellie Mae, Miss Fenwick called back, and she's coming for supper, her and Cynthia.
Oh, good, Paul. Cynthia sure looked like she could use some victuals. Powerful skinny girl.
I told you, Jed, they fell on hard times.
That's a fact. Cynthia was wearing the oldest-looking clothes I ever did see.
She was?
Had on the fur she must have outgrown 15 years ago. It barely come to her middle. And her pants had been worn till he was plumb shine.
Her ma's in worse shape than she is. That poor old widder ain't got nothing to wear.
You don't say.
Well, it must have shamed her something terrible to have to say it, but right on the telephone, she asked me, did she have to dress for dinner?
Cynthia, I have always tried to indulge your every whim. I've been a very generous and I've been a very understanding mother. But I refuse to go to dinner in blue jeans.
Oh, Mommy. Either we go dressed in the height of fashion or I shall hold my breath until I turn purple. I think how that will go with this orange peignoir.
But dear, they're not showing blue jeans, not in Vogue, not in Harper's. And every couturier we've called has hung up on us. Now, how can they be fashionable?
Because Ellie Mae Clampett has decreed it. Think of it, Mommy. We can wear them before Princess Grace and Jackie Kennedy.
Ooh. Are they going to be at the Clampetts dinner?
No, Mommy. Neither will we unless I can find some blue jeans. I best call Ellie Mae and explain why we're running late.
Why, sure, Cynthia. You and your ma just take your time. That's all right. Bye. Paul, you sure was right about them folks being hard up. They's gonna be late because they can't find clothes to wear.
Ellie Mae, you're thinking about the same thing I am.
Take 'em some of mine.
I had it done in a way that don't rob them of their pride. Jethro, I want you to drive Ellie Mae. She's going over to Fenwick's, take him some clothes.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, they can have some of mine, too.
Mine, too.
That's the spirit.
Come on, Jethro. It's awful little.
Yeah, this is it, all right, Ellie. It says right on it, Fenwick House. Reckon no one's home.
That's good. We can leave these clothes without shaming them none.
Yeah, I'll set them right inside the door. Look at Ellie. Just one teensy little room.
Ain't no stick of furniture in it.
Hey, and look. He's trying to grow a little garden right here in this box.
No wonder poor Cynthia's so thin. There ain't enough in there to feed a baby rabbit. It would have broke your heart to see where they live.
Their whole house ain't no bigger than a chicken coop.
They don't even have a place to roost.
Not one stick of furniture.
No victuals except some little old greens that's trying to grow in a box.
Pitiful. Just pitiful.
You know, I always wondered why the Lord give us so much, but I reckon this is the reason. He wanted us to share with poor, needy folks like the widow Fenwick and her young'un. Now, Ellie Mae's brought them some clothes. Granny is going to give them some food. What they need now is furnishings for that poor little house of theirs. Now, quick, let's load up the truck before they get here. Granny and Ellie, you get some dishes and some eating tools. Jethro and me, you'll find us some furniture. I want you young'uns to learn something now that I hope will abide with you for the rest of your days. The greatest joy of living is a joy that comes from giving.
It worked. They're moving. The Clampetts are actually moving.
You sure you only got room for one bed, Jethro?
Just barely. Reckon it'll be big enough for the both of them?
All I hear from Ellie, that Cynthia Fenwick is so skinny you couldn't hit her with a handful of corn.
Oh, Mr. Clampett. I thought I saw you moving things out. I hope you're not angry over Ellie Mae's experience at the Willows, but apparently it did open your eyes.
It sure did. We didn't know there was people like the Fenwicks in Beverly Hills.
The Fenwicks? Did Ellie Mae meet Cynthia Fenwick?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how come we's loading all this stuff up on it.
Jethro. No use robbing folks of their pride.
He's right, Jethro. The less said, the better. Just load up and go.
We's hurrying quick as we can.
Let me help.
Yeah, that's mighty neighborly of you. I'll go see how Granny and Ellie's getting along in the kitchen.
Come to the mirror, Mums. Let's see how you look.
I can't look. I just can't.
Don't be silly. Now, here's your bucket.
Bucket.
Well, it's part of the Clampett look. Now, of course, you must picture your hair in braids.
Really?
Jason, come quickly. Bring some cold champagne to pour over Mummy. It doesn't matter. Any vintage year will do.
My doggies, I never seen a woman so overcome with the spirit of giving as Mrs. Drysdale. She's still toting things out.
I wish she'd get the spirit and start giving some of her own things.
If you don't let up soon, I may hint about that. Jed Clampett speaking. Oh, howdy there, Miss Cynthia. Y'all coming over today?
Well, I'm afraid Mummy's not well. Might we have a rain check?
Why, you betcha you can. Just a minute. Granny, is it going to rain tonight?
All the signs point to it.
Granny says yes. You'd best keep your mower inside and in the dry tonight.
Yes. Well, I shall. How about tomorrow?
Just a minute. How about tomorrow, Granny?
Fair and sunny.
Granny says tomorrow'll be fine. You all come over and spend the whole day.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Clampett. Thank you and bless you. We are so deeply grateful to you for your kindness and understanding. Well, I'd really just love to say more, but Mummy's fainted and I must attend to her.
Well, yes, ma'am. You do that. Them Fenwicks is so overcome by that little show of kindness of ours that Cynthia just about bawling and the widow fainted dead away.
Jed, you best come see the Mrs. Drysdale. I'm afraid she's going to strain something working the way she is.
Yeah, I'll tend to that, Jethro. You get the truck under cover before it rains.
Ellie, we gotta get upstairs and close them windows.
Whoa, Miss Drysdale, hold on there. Hold on. Tomorrow's another day.
You will continue moving tomorrow, you promise?
We spend the whole day just making the Fenwicks happy.
And me. I'll come here early to help.
Well, why don't you just rest up tomorrow? You must be all tuckered out.
No. I shall be here early.
Never did see such a change of heart come over a woman.
Jed!
Oh, Granny, let's have victuals early so we can all get to sleep early. Tomorrow's a big day.
Ain't none of us gonna get to sleep early tonight, Jed Clampett.
Why not?
Miss Drysdale done emptied out all 12 bedrooms.
Come on in here. Going to have a family confab. Now, as you all know, poor widow Fenwick and her young'un is coming to spend the day, and we all got lots to do. Fenwick. Hold it. Start doing right away. I'd like to say a few words first. Now, let's commence with the victuals. Granny, I mean the victuals for the Fenwicks. What you got planned?
Possum stew, grits and jowls, some corn pone, and some pickled crawdads.
Sound a little rich for folks that ain't ate for a while.
Well, maybe you're right, Jed. To get the wrinkles out of their belly, I'll start them off with some nice, hot owl soup.
That'll be fine. Now, Ellie, you, Jethro, delivered them that box of clothes, right?
That's right, Pal.
I never knowed there were so many needy folks in Beverly Hills.
Me neither. By doggies, you gotta admire that widow Fenwick. She's poor but proud. Jethro and Ellie tells me that right across the front of this little house of hers, she's got writ big as life, Fenwick House.
Cynthia, I have not refused to visit the Clampetts. It's just that I can't bring myself to wear those dreadful clothes.
They are not dreadful. They are the very latest fashion introduced at the Willows Finishing School by Miss Ellie Mae Clampett herself. Don't you understand, Mummy? The latest thing is to look basic and understated. It has something to do with Zen.
But they just don't look right.
Mummy, when a girl as rich as Ellie Mae Clampett wears something, it's got to be right. Now, come on, let's not be the last millionaires in Beverly Hills to get the new look. The Clampett look.
They found the box of clothes, Uncle Jed. Right here's where Ellie and me left them.
Jethro, I seen places with little or nothing in them, but this is pitiful.
A chair to sit in. Nor a bed, neither.
Ain't got a wash bowl, nor a pitcher to fill it with water, nor a window big enough to throw it out.
Hey, Uncle Jed, we gonna bring them some stuff?
No, Jethro, you couldn't squeeze enough stuff in this place to make it fit for two women to live in.
Well, then what are we gonna do?
We gotta get him to move into our place. It ain't gonna be easy, with her being such a prideful woman. But it just ain't right for us to have so much stuff and to let them live here in a place like this. Now, there's something I just can't understand. How can folks live in a big, fine house like that and let a poor, starving widow and her young'un live in a place like this right outside their gate?
Uncle Jed, let's go up and give them what for.
It ain't for us to speak judgment on them. Maybe the spirit of love will take hold like it did Miss Drydale.
The Clampetts are moving from la to la. The Clampetts are moving from la to la. And I am so happy.
Hey, Miss Drydale.
Splendid. You came back with another load.
Well, now, hold on. We decided not to move these things.
Why not?
Well, we're hoping that the Fenwicks will move in and use them here.
The Fenwicks? Mrs. Radnor Fenwick?
Oh, yes, ma'am. You know, the widow with the skinny daughter named Cynthia.
They are moving into this house?
Well, we're hoping they will.
But this is marvelous. I've been trying for years to meet Mrs. Radnor Fenwick, and now she's going to be my next-door neighbor.
Well, it ain't for certain yet.
Have you engaged a real estate agent to help you sell them on the place?
No, ma'am, we just kind of figured on talking them into it when they come over.
I'll help you. I'll dash home and change and come back and help you.
You see what I mean, Jethro? The spirit of love has put wings on her feet.
I'll say, Uncle Jed. Just look at her go over that head.
Oh, really, Mummy, and that mink, you look just like any other common, ordinary, everyday millionaire. Now, take it.
No, Cynthia, I can't. I just can't.
Well, you must.
I just can't.
Mummy, if anyone were actually to see you, I would die of mortification. Mummy, I thought I told you, no Jew.
No, Cynthia, I feel positively nude without diamonds.
We are trying to achieve the Clampett look, a look of studied slovenliness.
Oh, Cynthia.
Beasley, our purses, please.
No, Cynthia, not those buckets.
Be silly, Mummy. Yesterday, Ellie Mae Clampett carried one to school, and the effect was devastating.
Oh, dear, if your father could see us now, he'd just turn over in his mausoleum.
Beasley, get the rolls out of sight quickly. We'll call you if we need to.
Yes, Beasley, park it close by. Yes, I'll phone you to the front seat number.
Oh, Mummy, look at that. Oh.
Yes. Disgraceful, isn't it?
Disgraceful? It's fabulous. Unbelievably understated. It's probably the only purely existentialist car in Beverly Hills. We must have it copied.
Cynthia, we've used nothing but rolls for decades.
Oh, Mommy, this is progress. Don't you understand?
Frankly, no. I seem to have lost all sense of values. It's like a nightmare.
Don't you want me to set the table in the fancy eating room?
I reckon not, Ellie. We gotta be special careful not to put on airs around the poor widow.
Let's eat in the kitchen family style like we always have.
Well, that's a good idea. If we want the Fenwicks to move in here with us, we gotta make them feel like this family.
Jed, is the Fenwicks moving in with us lock, stock, and barrel?
Granny, the Fenwicks ain't got a lock, stock, and barrel to move in with. Right, Ellie?
That's right, Paul. Not even a rain barrel.
He ain't got a pump. He ain't got a place to wash at all.
Well, the best thing to do when they get here is to stick them in the tub and scrub them down.
Granny, I don't think they'd take to that right off.
Hey, Ellie Mae. Come on, Ellie, let's go swimming.
What's the matter with you? We've got company coming.
Oh, Granny, I'm hot and tired.
You get into some decent clothes.
Now, hold on, Granny. I think maybe Jethro solved their problem.
You see there, Granny? I solved your problem. What problem, Uncle Jed?
Getting the Fenwick scrubbed without shaming them none.
You mean I should do it?
Or you just go for a swim in the cement pond and take along a cakey Granny's lye soap and a nice stiff brush. Ellie Mae, when the widow and her young'un get over here, you invite them down to the cement pond for a swim.
Okay, Paul?
When they get down to the pond, Jethro, you commence the soaping and the scrubbing and the splashing, and they'll get the idea.
Dingies, that's a first-rate notion.
Well, thank you, Granny.
There goes that spooky music coming out of the walls again.
Sure is pretty.
Yeah, I hope it keeps playing until the widow gets here. It might cheer her up.
Well, someone best open the door. Because as soon as that music starts to play, someone's going to come a knocking at the door.
I noticed that. Take a look outside, Ellie.
I just can't go through with it.
Mommy, please, you can do it. Come on, I'll help you.
Oh. They's coming, but that poor old widow woman can't hardly make it. I'll get my jug.
Is they wearing the clothes you bring them?
Yeah, Pa, and toting buckets.
To carry home leftovers. Lord love 'em. Let's go give 'em a helping hand.
Howdy there, Cynthia. This here's my Pa, and I reckon this is your mom.
Welcome, welcome. Well, dogged if you ain't plumb tuckered, Widow Fenwick, but don't you worry. Granny'll fix that.
Folks.
Take their buckets out to the kitchen, Ellie.
Yes, sir, Pa. See you in a little bit, Cynthia.
Thank you, darling. Too low.
Ellie Mae, be sure they're scoured good and don't leak. Do it, Granny. Here, Widow, this'll brace you up.
Oh, thank you. Orange pico?
No, white lightning.
Oh, I'm not familiar with the blend, but tea is tea.
That got her to breathing deep.
Here, Mommy, have a cigarette, darling.
Oh, I wouldn't light a flame so close to your maw just yet. You just might set her off.
Come on, Widow. Let's go to the kitchen. I'll give you a nice hot bowl of owl soup.
Owl soup? Oh, Cynthia, please send for the rolls.
No, Mommy.
She's right, Widow. You don't need no rolls. Granny's baked some corn pone.
Eat my corn. Come on, Widow.
Oh, Cynthia, please help me.
Mr. Clampett, if I might be alone with Mummy for just a few moments, I think I shall be able to compose her.
Okay, Cynthia. Just follow your nose to the kitchen.
Yeah, the grits and jowls will lead you right to the door. Good girl, Widow.
Cynthia, did she say grits and jowls?
Yes, Mummy, doubtless the maid and the butler. Now, come, do get a grip on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Mummy, think of all the trouble the Clampetts have taken to achieve a total look. The truck, those clothes, their speech. Why, they even weave.
You'd weave, too, if you ever drank their tea.
I must try to emulate them.
They'll never sell this house to the Fenwicks.
We can practice on the cleaning woman. Howdy there. Are you Grits?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, we all is looking for grits and jowls.
Well, you'll find them in the kitchen. And please stay there, out of sight.
Now see here, you.
We uns is friends of the Clampetts.
Obviously. And the sooner you're all out of Beverly Hills, the better. Meantime, stay out of sight in the kitchen.
That is the surliest cleaning woman I've ever seen.
See, Mummy, even the Clampetts have a servant problem.
Yes, for the first time, I'm beginning to feel a common bond with them. We're both members of an oppressed minority group. Millionaires. Oh, there you are. We're still looking for grits and jowls.
Oh, we'll get to them directly. Ellie.
Oh, Cynthia, I bet you and your ma would like to go swimming, huh?
I wouldn't.
No, neither would I.
We got a dandy pond, all made out of cement. Nice clean water in it, too.
And plenty of room to splash around and work up a good lather.
No, thank you.
No, I'll pass, too.
Maybe they just like to look at the pond. Show them, Ellie.
Okay, Pa.
No, we're not interested.
We didn't even bring shoes.
Well, I got one that'll fit you.
And I'll try and find one for you, Widow. Based my possum, Jed.
Yeah, now come on, ladies. Pond's right out here. Come on, here you go. It's right over there to the right.
Peculiar behavior. Why do you suppose they're so insistent that we come up?
Mummy, looky there.
Magnificent.
What a specimen of manhood.
Who do you suppose he is?
Let's find out.
Clampett! Oh, Mr. Clampett.
Who is that Adonis by the side of the pool?
Adonis?
That magnificent creature with the rippling biceps.
Let's take a look, ma'am.
That's why they wanted us to see the pool. They're going to attempt a little matchmaking.
Oh, I hope so.
Right there is Duke.
Duke?
He has a title?
Yeah, Duke.
Duke of what? Where's he from?
Well, he was born in Oxford. He's been with us since he was a little feller.
Then he's the Duke of Oxford.
Yeah, I reckon so. We just call him Duke.
He hasn't got a wife, has he?
Well, he's had his share of lady friends, but nobody right at the moment.
Cynthia, I sure do hope you change your mind about going swimming.
Oh, I have.
Oh, Cynthia, you seem right fond of Duke. If you want him to like you, just tickle him behind the ear.
He just loves that, Cynthia.
And when he lays over on his back, scratch his belly.
But don't stand there. Get scratching.
Show her where to change, Ellie.
Okay, Pa.
Mr. Clampett, I imagine that Cynthia and I do appear a bit eager, but I want you to know that my daughter is worthy of royalty. We Fenwicks are a very, very old family.
Oh, now, Witter, don't talk like that. There's many a good tune left in an old fiddle.
Here's a brand new swimming suit. Never been wore before. It was give to Jed here for a wedding present. Remember, Jed? Too big. Wouldn't be enough left sticking out to wash.
Wash?
Yeah, we'll make do. You better leave the room, Jed. Go on out to the laundry tub, Witter, and peel your shirt off.
Cut it out, Ellie. Oh, excuse me. Howdy, ma'am.
Your Grace.
Yours, too.
Permit me to present myself to you.
Well, thank you very kindly, but I don't think my Uncle Jed would let me keep you.
Oh, Your Grace.
Yours, too.
I am Cynthia Fenwick.
Oh, hey, is your ma coming?
No, we are quite alone.
Well, shall we go in the water?
No, I'd rather not.
Well, then why don't you just sit here and you can watch me?
Oh, Your Grace.
Yours, too. Now watch here. Are you watching, Cynthia?
Oh, yes, I am.
All right, now, here we go. You get the idea?
Well, it looks as if you are taking a bath.
That's right. Come on in.
Your Grace.
Yours, too.
Mobile operator, give me JL 13411. No, make that 12. I want the front seat.
I thought I told you to stay out of sight in the kitchen.
Now, look here. I have taken all the abuse I intend to take in this house. Clampett look or no Clampett look. Duke or no Duke. I refuse to... Oh, Beasley! Come quickly, please. This is...
Now you get out of here. And take that other antique with you.
I refuse to take orders from a poorly dressed, ill-mannered, overweight cleaning woman.
Why, you loutish hillbilly. I am Mrs. Milburn Drysdale.
And what does that mean?
It means that I am a pillar of society.
You were a pillar. I am cutting you down to a stump.
Don't you dare pull a knife on me.
The only thing I'm going to pull on you is your hair.
Yeah, Jethro, Granny said she had trouble scrubbing the witter. How'd you do with the daughter?
I tried, Uncle Jet. But that girl ain't washed in so long, I couldn't sell her on the idea.
Granny said the witter bucked like a mule, too, and then she busted loose and run.
Can we eat now?
Yeah, Jethro, scoot up the back way and get some clothes on.
Hey, you know something, Uncle Jet? That skinny little rascal, all she wanted to do was tickle me behind the ear and scratch my belly.
Paul, come quick. Miss Drysdale and the widow Fenwick is having a real cat fight in the front hall.
Let me up, you female wrestler. I'll have you drummed out of Beverly Hills.
Now you caught her. Hold her right there. Now I'm gonna finish the job with a Fenwick.
Did you call her Fenwick?
I did.
Here now, get off that floor, starving Miss Fenwick. You all right, witter? You all right?
Oh, I have never been less all right in my entire life.
Beasley's here. What's the matter?
Ask no questions, just flee for your life.
Uncle Jet, can we please eat now?
Not me and you, Jethro. A fellow named Beasley just grabbed the witter and her young and made off with them. Come on, we gotta catch them.
Right in there, Uncle Jed. And now the gates are closed.
Well, I'll be doggone. That Beasley feller's the one that lives in that big mansion.
And he's taken the widow and Cynthia into his house.
And bowing and scraping to him, too.
Uncle Jed, you was right about not speaking judgment on that rich fella.
Yeah, looks like the spirit of love sure took a hold of him, all right. Come on, Jethro, let's go home and have some possum.
Like he was chasing a catfish.
I'm just testing him, Granny. See, he thinks he's got a hankering to go courting.
Courting?
Yep.
Jethro?
Yep.
Ah, what girl is he hankering to court?
Well, I don't think he's got a girl yet. He's just got the hankering.
That young'un ain't ready for courting.
Maybe he is, maybe he ain't. That's why I'm running him and swimming him. I figured to dull his edge a mite. Then if he still feels like chopping wood, he's ready.
Yonder he comes. He don't look tired to me.
Me neither. I don't think he's going to be able to stop. It could have been worse. He could have took out 5, 10 foot of wall.
Sorry I busted this fancy vase, but I reckon I got going too fast.
Yeah, I reckon. How far'd you run?
Oh, I figure 15, 20 miles.
Top speed?
Oh, no, sir. I stopped once. Oh, there was some fellas digging this here ditch, and they looked right tuckered. So I dug them a block or two a ditch while they rested. But I run extra special fast the rest of the way home to make up for it.
We seen you.
And heard you. Well, boy, you swum about 5 miles, run 15 to 20, dug a couple blocks of ditch. How do you feel about courting right now?
Uncle Jed, if they was a pretty girl on the other side of this house, I'd jump clean over it.
He's ready. Now then, Jethro, how much do you know about courting?
Well, it's kind of simple. You find a girl, and then you marry her.
Boy, I want to tell you something. There's a whole heap of in-between.
Like what?
Like finding the right girl, for one thing. Sometimes that ain't so easy.
Well, Uncle Jet, how will I know when I find the right girl?
Well, the way it happened to me, I knew just like that. I looked at her, she looked at me, and music commenced to play.
Well, where was the music coming from?
From our hearts, I reckon.
Well, I ain't never heard no music come from my heart. Or no one else's neither.
Of course not, because you ain't met the right girl yet. But when you do, you'll hear it.
I heard a bell ring. Does that mean something?
Means somebody is calling. Kid Clampett speaking.
Hello, Mr. Clampett. Jane Hathaway here. Did I by any chance leave a large brown envelope there last evening?
Yes, ma'am. Right here by the window.
Good. I'll have Miss Trigo drop over to... Is Jethro there?
Yes, ma'am. He's right here.
I'll drop over and pick it up.
No call for you to do that. I'll have Jethro fetch it right down to the bank to you.
Uncle Chad, I want to commence courting.
Just a minute. Bank is a fine place to commence. There's lots of pretty girls work there.
Oh? Oh, yeah.
Jethro will be down directly as soon as he washes up and puts on his good clothes. Oh, no bother at all. Bye.
Diggity dog! I'm gonna carry this down to the bank, and I'm gonna carry me a girl back.
Whoa, whoa. It ain't as simple as all that. Even if you should find the right girl, you gotta make courting talk first.
I do?
Why, of course.
Well, Uncle Chet, how do you make courting talk?
Well, you gotta kind of sidle into it. Like you start off with, nice day, ain't it? And then you work around to where it looks like it's gonna be a nice night, or a walk, or a drive, or dance. And, of course, along the way, you got to throw in a couple of, my, ain't you pretties, and get your dandy dancer. We talk like that.
I'll catch on now, Uncle Jed.
All right, boy. You got enough to get you started.
Yes, sir.
Type up a business expense voucher for last night's dinner conference. Food, $150. Beverage, $200. Entertainment, $15.
Entertainment at a business dinner?
Guest speaker. Gave a very interesting demonstration of the 27.5% depletion allowance benefits.
I'd better make a note of his name.
Of course. C.D. Laverne.
Laverne C.D.
That's right. Now, take a letter to,
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but there's a Chickadee Laverne who insists on seeing Mr. Drysdale.
Chickadee?
What? You tell old Chick I'll call him from the club.
Call me nothing. You promised me cash on a barrelhead for the show I did last night.
You are C.D. Laverne?
Just call me Chicken.
That was a very interesting demonstration of depletion allowance benefits, Miss Laverne.
Thank you. I do this dance where I take off everything except 27.5%.
Howdy.
Well, howdy to you. You're Jethro, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. You hear any music?
No, should I?
Oh, yeah. I should, too, but I don't, darn it.
Well, if you'll wait, I'll hum something for you.
What do you say, Chief? Oh, Jethro, how nice to see you.
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane.
Something wrong?
No, just listening for music.
What kind of music?
Heart music.
Heart music?
Try me again, Jethro.
Yes, ma'am.
Janet, I'd like to speak to you in the pool.
Pool?
The secretarial pool. Let's go. I shall return, Jethro.
Here you are, Chickadee.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Drysdale. You know, for your next dinner, you ought to use my specialty act. The one I'm famous for.
Mm-hmm.
They bring out this great big egg. There's music coming from it. The MC says, "Here's Chickadee." And I pop out of the egg, and I go into my dance. Oh, cute, huh?
Try the Chase Manhattan Bank. They love big eggs.
You don't even have to hire an orchestra. Look, I got this little transistor radio. See? Watch. I tuck it in here.
That's very interesting. Don't call us, we'll call you.
Of course, for my specialty, I have to charge a little more. Those big eggs cost a lot of money.
I'll keep you in mind.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I hear it. I hear the music just like Uncle Jed said I would.
Uncle Jed?
Yeah, he said that I'd know you was the one just as soon as I heard the music.
Oh, caught my egg.
Come on, let's go.
Wait a minute, don't rush me.
Oh, I forgot. It's a nice day, ain't it? I mean, it's gonna be a nice night for a stroll, a drive, or a dance. I mean, you sure are pretty. And I bet you're a dandy dancer and lots of sweet talk like that. Come on, let's go.
You're Clampett speaking. Oh, howdy, Miss Jane. Jethro get there all right?
Yes, and he brought the envelope, but now he's disappeared. I can't find him anyplace.
I see. Well, tell me, is the bank missing any girl? I mean, Jethro might have told her one off.
Jethro? Oh, I hardly think that. Wait a minute. There is one possibility. A girl from the secretarial pool who... False alarm? No girls missing.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, thank you, Miss Jane. Bye.
What's too bad, Jed?
Jethro didn't find him no girl down to the bank.
I told you that young'un wasn't ready for courting.
Yeah, maybe just as well. I was worried I hadn't given him a good enough talk first. With Jethro, it takes a little extra.
That's a fact. The last I heard, he thought his ma found him under a cabbage leaf.
Well, I'll finish cleaning my rifle, and when he comes back, I'll take him hunting. That'll give me a chance for a real man-to-man talk. Looks like Jethro done all right.
Found herself a girl.
From here, it looks like he found himself a girl and a half.
Hey, kid, is this where your uncle lives?
Yeah, me too.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Big strapping girl like that can sure help you with the housework, Granny.
Housework, that girl can pull a plow.
Let's go meet Uncle Sugar.
Well, that's Uncle Jed.
Yeah. Yeah. Gee, I finally made it. A private engagement in a big Beverly Hills mansion.
Oh, hey, hold on. You're not engaged yet.
That's right. Where's your uncle?
Hey, Uncle Jed, I done found her. Come see. Here she is, Brad.
Jethro, stop your bell or Louisa coming.
Here she is. I heard the music, just like you said I would, Uncle Jed. The girl, the one and only, Miss, I don't know your name.
Laverne. Chickadee Laverne.
Howdy there, Miss Laverne, Chickadee Laverne. This here is Granny.
Howdy.
Howdy. You people live here? You own this mansion?
Yes, ma'am. They found oil on our place back home, so we moved out here.
Oh, you're one of those oil millionaires. I played all over Oklahoma and Texas.
You don't say. Well, this here's my daughter, Ellie Mae.
Howdy. Honey, I don't want to worry you, but your fur piece is moving.
This here is possum.
Ellie Mae, take them critters outside. I told you again and again, the house is no place for them.
Yes, sir, Paul. Well, when's the engagement? Tonight? Tomorrow night? I'm ready.
Me too.
Now, maybe we better get better acquainted before we start talking engagement. Why don't we all sashay out to the kitchen?
Oh, come on, Miss Chickadee. I'll take you.
What do you women folk think of her?
Well, don't you think she's a little bit too old to marry up with Jethro, Pa?
Of course she is.
It kind of worried me, too, especially her talking about playing all over Oklahoma and Texas. Take a heap of years just to do that.
I still say she's too old for Jethro.
You can't tell about city women, Granny. I've seen old ones that look young and young ones that look old.
Well, I'll just go and ask her how old she is.
Now, wait, Ellie. If we're going to find out Miss Chickadee's age, we got to do it in a kind of roundabout way. I don't want her embarrassed now.
You leave it to me, Jed. Come on.
What a kitchen.
Oh, yes, ma'am. This here is my favorite room in the whole house, because this is where Granny keeps the victuals. Do you like to eat victuals?
I don't know. I don't believe I've ever eaten any.
Well, Miss Laverne, Chickadee Laverne, how are you and Jethro getting along?
Oh, just call me Chickadee. I love this mansion, and this kitchen is the end.
Oh, no, there's a lot more out back. Ain't that right, Granny?
Speaking of that, how old are you?
Granny, that ain't hardly what I'd call roundabout. Excuse her, ma'am.
Oh, that's all right. By the way, I don't want to rush you, but I'm ready to work anytime. It's going to be a thrill working in this beautiful mansion.
You hear that, Granny? Jethro, I'll say this for you. You didn't pick a lazy woman.
Thank you.
Maybe you better get better acquainted with Granny here, because she's the one you're going to be working with.
You gotta be kidding. Huh?
I can do anything you can do, honey.
Granny's little, but she's wiry. She moves around real good.
Yeah, I know, but, I mean, well, couldn't I work with her?
Oh, sure, if you'd rather.
Well, I mean, she's, younger and all.
She's a heap younger than you.
Granny.
How old are you?
Granny, how about you and Ellie Mae wamping up some victuals for Miss Chickadee, and I'll show her around the outside. I realize that Jethro looks like a full-grown man, but he's still kind of a boy.
Yeah. He's cute, though.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. He's a fine young'un. Now, I'd like to know a little more about you, Miss Chickadee.
Oh, you mean about my work?
Yeah, everything. Just everything right from the start.
Well, I got my start in burlesque, New York.
Sounds like a nice place. About how long ago was that? You don't have to be exact. I'm just trying to get a notion.
Oh, about 18, 19 years ago.
Is that a fact?
That's when I first broke out of the egg.
You come from an egg?
Sure, you know about that, don't you?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'll tell you what, why don't you go over yonder and look around Cement Pond over there? I want to have a word with Granny.
Oh, swell. I love this place. It's beautiful.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I'll see you in a bit. You know, Granny, maybe Miss Chickadee ain't the right woman for Jethro.
Of course she ain't. She's too old for him.
Well, ain't that so much. Fact is, she's only a little older than Jethro. She told me she was born 18, 19 years ago in a town named of Burlesque, New York.
Hogwash. She ain't no 18 or 19.
Well, whether she is or whether she ain't, there's a bigger problem.
What's that?
Well, what with Jethro thinking he was found under a cabbage leaf, and her thinking she come from an egg, I just don't see much future for them two.
Sure do appreciate you showing me how to work with you, Miss Chickadee.
Glad to do it, kid.
Say, when you get your glove off, that's when we commence to working?
Yeah, that's when we really get started. Tell me something. Your dad's worth like 35, 40 million bucks, right? Why do you want to work?
Oh, I don't mind. Besides, if I don't, Granny will want me.
Yeah, I had an aunt like that. She shoved me out on the stage when I was 15. I never knew my mother.
Me neither.
You mean your father's a widower?
Yes, ma'am. I was kind of hoping he'd marry up with you so as I could get me a ma.
Really?
I like you. And my critters like you, too. And when critters take a liking to folks, they's generally good and not mean or nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, you want me to show you what Elmer can do? Now watch him take this here grape out of my pocket.
Say, he sure is clever with those little hands. Could he untie a bow?
Sure he could.
Elmer, you and I may be working together.
Howdy there, folks. Mr. Clampett. Granny. Mr. Clampett, I'm sorry to trouble you, but I need one more signature.
No trouble at all.
Not compared to the trouble we got with Jethro.
Now, Granny.
Well, hasn't he arrived home yet?
Oh, of course. He's right out there in the kitchen now poking down the victuals.
I shall pop in and pass the time of day with the handsome lad.
Miss Jane would make a heap better match for Jethro than that old...
Now, Granny, don't bother Mr. Drysdale with our family problems.
Now, Mr. Clampett, as I've said before, your problems are my problem. I am willing and I hope able to help you in any way possible.
Well, that's mighty neighborly of you to take so much interest, but...
Don't think nothing of it. We bankers like to take as much interest as we can. I was making a joke. Interest banker. I suppose you might call that an inside joke.
Oh, well, come on inside and tell it.
We ain't got no time for jokes. Jethro is a-heading to the altar with the wrong woman.
What's this?
Now, Granny, Mr. Drysdale got a bank to run.
Precisely why I'm interested in your problems. Now, tell me more.
Well, you see, Jethro is in love with this girl.
Girl.
Well, Miss Chickadee does look a mite old for her years.
Did you say Chickadee?
Yes, sir. Miss Laverne, Chickadee Laverne.
Where did Jethro meet her?
Down by your bank, I think.
Mr. Clampett, that girl is a stripper.
What's a stripper?
Someone who takes off their clothes.
What's wrong with that?
But she takes them off every night.
Well, I don't sleep in my clothes neither.
Chief, sweet, innocent Jethro has run afoul of your Chickadee Laverne.
Yes, I've been told. Mr. Clampett, believe me, this is not the right girl for Jethro.
I told you so.
Please, Mr. Clampett, let us get her away from here as quickly as possible.
Well, I wouldn't want to hurt her feelings none. She's right friendly and a willing worker.
Here she comes.
Hold on, I reckon it's my duty to talk to her first. Miss Chickadee, about the wedding.
Oh, that's going to have to wait, Uncle Sugar. I got this great new act that's going to make me the sensation of show business. Now, you watch. This is going to be a great act. The MC gives me a big intro. I walk through the curtains with this raccoon. Right away, he starts unfastening my...
Great act. Great act. Now, let's hurry down the bank, and I'll sign you up for the big convention next week.
Hey, Uncle Jed, where's Mr. Drysdale taking my sweetie?
Never mind, Jethro.
But I found her. She's mine. I courted her and sweet talked her and all.
Forget about her, Jethro. Go take yourself a swim.
Well, we got shed of her. That's a blessing.
More of a blessing than you know, Granny. I was falling in love with her.
No.
Yep. I looked at her, she looked at me, and music commenced to play. My age, too.